Stephen's been a student with CIP for 3 years now. We've gotten to see him grow so much throughout the program. And I just want to ask Mark and Susan a couple of questions that they've agreed to answer. So Susan, could you briefly summarize Stephen's experience at CIP?
Sure, I'll be happy to. Our experience and Stephen's experience has been probably beyond expectation for a number of reasons. Just to mention probably two. First of all, CIP has offered the right milieu environment for Stephen to really flourish, and that's not an easy thing to find, and having the right environment has made him feel made him feel very good to keep on meeting his goals, which were small and have slowly progressed over time. So I think certainly the milieu, and also another factor in his experience is the support, tremendous support from his advisors and from the different departments as well. And I think those two, among others, but those two are probably key components that we were looking for in a program, and we definitely found that in CIP and with his experience.
Great, thank you. And Mark, kind of piggybacking off of that, what sort of dynamics has Stephen faced?
Well, really, it's been adapting to the structure and learning to be independent. I would say that some of the things that we find unique and really very, very good about the program is the structure, the environment, and also the peer group. Mm-hmm. Having which they go through a very thorough selection process and getting a group of kids, each with their own individual challenges, but having some similarities. And overall, there's generally a very positive and optimistic feeling, which is contagious, which you don't have in all programs. And that really helps Stephen to feel secure and to really develop his independence and work on achieving his goals.
And I think I'll just add just another comment to the peer group, how important that is, to know that he's with other friends, acquaintances, his same age group, very important, his same age group, and also with similar interests. I think CIP does a very good job of pairing them up or grouping them up with other peers with similar age, similar interests and age, and different interests too, to grow there as well. So that peer support is one of the fundamentals that has really helped him, I think.
Yeah, for sure. And we've seen Stephen grow so much over the last few years, through his programming, through the international trips that he's gone on. But what do you see as the most significant area of growth with Stephen?
Okay, so I think first and foremost, what sort of comes to our mind is self-advocacy. That was definitely a struggle for him, and with the support, the structure, another key component. The structure, which is part of the milieu, milieu of the program. His self-advocacy skills have grown tremendously. I would also say his organizational skills in terms of just organizing his academics, his due dates, even just cleaning up his apartment and having guidance there. That organization.
And he's studying.
He's studying.
And so, what he does is he now works with the academic group, and he maps out his study time each day rather than leave it all for the weekend. And I would say that probably the biggest area of growth is when he came here, he had lots of areas of interest that he would say that without any realistic plan of achieving them or whether it was achievable for him. And in the last 3 years, he's really, through the support of CIP, been able to narrow those, and he's now on a plan with academics that could lead to a career that he can achieve. And that's a hard thing for many people, not even people who don't have special challenges. That's one of the hardest things in life, is to find your niche. And it was because through CIPs, environment and structure, peer group and support, that he was able to achieve that. And that is something that I think is the biggest area. That's the culmination of all the other areas of growth. And that only really started to come together slowly, little by little, but really over the last year, particularly in the last 6 months. But all the other stuff had to happen first. So
yeah, absolutely. The breaking down into sort of smaller little goals and smaller, just smaller components over the last two to 3 years. Now we're seeing, now we're seeing a much more focus with Stephen in his ability to choose and to decide what he wants to do and narrow some of those ideas down.
And CIP has been really critical in giving him guidance on the academic front versus, left to his own druthers, he might go into the wrong area. He did, and they would guide him without forcing him, but telling him to consider this, and then he would reconsider and make adjustments. And also, he would discuss it with the CIP. Was very good with bringing it to our attention and listening to our perspective and modifying and really customizing it for his needs. And that's worked out phenomenally well. And so we're very, very pleased with that.
Good.
That's why we say it's been beyond our expectations.
That's so good to hear. Yeah, we're so proud of Stephen here to see all the growth that he's made. Can't imagine how proud you are of him. And we're excited to see where he goes next, because we know that he's not done growing. He's got a big future ahead of him. So with all of that said, that CIP appreciates both of you so much. And Stephen, would you recommend CIP to other families?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes, I
Absolutely.
think without a doubt. And I'll just add this little sort of note to it, that it's not easy to find a quality program that offers the milieu, the structure, the guidance in a gentle and kind way. And I think that I know that CIP hits all those areas. So I certainly would encourage parents, families, if they are needing this type of support, to certainly investigate CIP, because again it's just not easy to find. And
I would add that I would consider us to be very informed, not only because of our experience with CIP, but he was in another program prior to this. We've done a lot of research. And our belief, our belief is that this is the best one in the country. It was certainly the best one we found, and we looked a lot. So, and we were very excited to find it and to go through the process, and then it exceeded our expectations. So.
Yeah, no, I think so. Yeah, there's no question about that.
Great. Awesome. Well, thank you both so much for all of your kind words and stories about Stephen.
I'm happy to share.